What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're gonna check out Mind Junkie scary ghost videos that are haunting. I mean, Mind Junkie has pretty good videos of paranormal on tape, and I could only expect that this is gonna be just as good as the rest. So let's just see how haunting these videos are. Let's go.
On November the 3rd, 2024, two friends are driving home in their truck after being stuck in traffic for over an hour. A motorcycle accident had shut down the road ahead, and they've been waiting for emergency crews to clear the scene. Finally able to move forward, the friends are relieved and decide to film themselves singing along to music to lighten the mood. But as the camera records, something appears behind them. This is what was caught on camera. As the friends sing and dance, completely unaware, something that looks like a pale face suddenly materializes in the back window of the truck. The face appears to float in midair with no visible body attached to it. It hovers there behind them, just watching. The pale, disembodied face stayed visible for several seconds before vanishing completely, leaving the friends absolutely horrified when they reviewed the footage later that night. But it gets even more disturbing. When the friends watch the video, they realize something truly horrifying. Someone tragically passed away in the motorcycle accident that caused the traffic jam they were stuck in. The friends now believe that what appeared behind them could have been the victim from the crash. Neither of them saw anything while recording, which could mean that whatever this was appeared only on camera. Is this the ghost of the person who tragically passed away just moments before? Let me know what you think.
Wow. So, I feel like, the story is absolutely amazing. Um, I have seen photographs of accidents, and within those accidents, that there has been a tragedy, somebody unalived. With the photographs, you see certain things. And there is one specific accident that just blows my mind. It was an accident. I don't know the full details of it, but there was an accident, and you know how they have the CSI people taking pictures and everything. So this was many years ago, and there is a picture that looks like somebody like screaming, ah, and then they put it side by side with the picture of the person who was driving, uh, a a young gentleman, and the similarities is uncanny. It actually looks like his spirit screaming on picture. I'm gonna try and find that picture. I know I've seen it a bunch of times, especially on Facebook, and I will try and put it up as a post so you guys know what I am talking about. So this could actually be that sort of situation. Although I have to say, it didn't seem like there was traffic. It did a car full of guys. I question why were they recording in the first place. So when I question that, I start thinking, is this paranormal caught on tape video belongs to the people that actually recorded, or did it get hijacked by somebody else and edited everything in? That is an possibility, and it has happened before. So with that being said, let's continue on.
Back in October 2024, a woman jolts awake in the middle of the night. She has the creeping feeling that something or someone is watching her, but every time she turns on the lights to check, there's nothing there. This time, she decides to try something different. She grabs her phone, hits record, and starts filming in the darkness.
Ooh, and it's moving.
As she slowly pans across her bedroom, the footage seems normal at first, but then the camera passes over her dressing table. Something or someone is crouched underneath it, staring directly at her, but she says she had no idea it was there. It's only when she watches the footage hours later that she realizes what was hiding just a few feet away from her bed. After seeing it, the woman says she can't bring herself to sleep in that room anymore.
I wouldn't blame her. The story is amazing, and the fact that she didn't notice it while she was recording, and then going back reviewing, and that's what she caught. It gives a lot of credence to this story, to the video. I mean, the size of the head doesn't even doesn't even look like it fit to a body that would fit under the vanity, to be honest, to be quite honest. I like that it was moving. A lot of times when I come across these kind of videos, um, there are just a apparition that is completely still, and that gives me the feel that it's just an edited, it that is just there, right? So this wasn't that case. So I actually like this video. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section.
This next scary clip was shared by a man who bought a secluded house deep in the forest, miles away from the nearest neighbour. At first, it was everything he wanted, but within weeks of moving in, he starts hearing something from the woods at night. It's a sound he's never heard before, something that doesn't match any animal he knows. One night, in September 2024, his security camera finally captures what had been making that sound. This is the footage. Two large, reflective eyes glow in the darkness, as if whatever it is staring directly at the camera. The figure lingers for only a moment before retreating back into the forest. The man says he's reviewed the footage a dozen times, trying to understand what he's looking at, but he still has no idea. So, what do you think was caught on camera that night? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
I would really like to know if that camera has some motion detection on it. Because one of the things that I come across are videos that within a specific time frame is when the activity occurs. So unless you're sitting down and watching 12 hours of video, how do you know if it's not motion detection on it? How do you know where to stop? Right? I mean, it looked weird. How do these creatures know what's a camera? Why would they just pop their head out? Which obviously it gave me some long neck, a real long neck, because you don't really see a body, you just see the head, and the head kind of sticks out. So I'm not trying to be funny, but what would be the difference between that and, let's say, you wearing some sort of sock that you modified to create this, right? There's a lot of questions, but I will let you guys decide, just like Mind Junkie. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. Oh, it's still there. All right, but let's check out the next video, The Cryptid.
This next clip was captured by a woman's security camera while she was home alone. The woman is hanging up some laundry when suddenly something truly horrifying crosses past her balcony door. According to her, she wouldn't notice anything out of the ordinary until she looked at the footage later. A pale, humanoid creature crawls on all fours across the balcony, moving in complete silence.
Looks like it has a watch.
The creature is only visible for a short time before disappearing into the darkness, but is long enough to see the details. Many viewers believe this matches descriptions of the Rake, a cryptid known for crawling on all fours and appearing near homes at night. What do you think this could be? Is it the Rake? Let me know.
So, again, just like the last video, why would you even go back and watch a video of you doing what seemed like ironing clothes or something? Like, what happened for you to go back to that specific time to just watch that happen? It just doesn't make sense for me. That was orchestrated. That is fake, definitely, because it looked like it was a human being with a whole body mask. Where he's wearing a costume, and I mean, he kind of messed up, dude. We saw your watch. We damn near could tell the time. God damn. Yo, so yeah, that's my thought on this video. All that was fake, orchestrated, nothing real about it. Steve, the friend.
In this next clip, a young man named Ahmad shares some footage that left him genuinely unsettled. It's a perfectly normal day. Ahmad is at home, looking after his younger sister while his parents have gone out, when his sister comes up to him, excited to show off some drawings she made. At first, it seems innocent enough. She's just a kid who's proud of her artwork, but as she shows him her drawings, Ahmad soon realizes something is very wrong.
Wait, what are you gonna show me?
My picture I drew.
Your picture you drew.
That's Daddy, that's Mummy, and that's me.
And what's that?
That's Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Who's Steve?
My friend.
Your imaginary friend.
My best friend.
Your best friend Steve. You've got a best friend that looks like this.
It's my best friend Steve.
Okay. I'm leaving the house.
Ahmad's sister proudly displays her drawings. There's one of their dad, one of herself, and then Steve, a disturbing figure with a demonic face that she calls, quote, her best friend. Ahmad asks her about it, clearly confused. She insists Steve is real and that he's her best friend, but there's no one named Steve in the house. A few days later, she shows him another drawing. This time, there are 3 figures.
Mama said you got 2 imaginary friends.
No, I've got 2 best friends.
You've got 2 best friends.
Yeah, 2. Do you want me to show you the picture?
Who's that?
That's Steve.
Yeah.
That's Margaret.
And who's that?
That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
No, but you spelt my name wrong.
Yeah, but that's you.
That's me.
Yeah, with your mustache and your eyebrows.
My eyebrows.
Yeah.
My eyebrows look like that.
Yeah, your bushy eyebrows.
Wait, so why have you drawn this for?
Because Steve doesn't like you.
Steve doesn't like me.
Yeah, but Margaret likes you.
Margaret likes me.
Look, she's holding your hand.
She's holding my hand. She's eating me. Are you sure Margaret likes me?
Yeah, she's holding your hand.
Do I need to be worried?
No.
No.
Ahmad says he's genuinely scared now. These aren't normal imaginary friends, but what do you think is going on here? Just a child's imagination or something darker? Share your thoughts below.
I mean, to be quite honest, coming from a little, from a child, that's pretty good drawing. That's a pretty good drawing. I mean, yeah, I would, like, what in the world are you drawing, kid? I mean, I'm being eaten. My eyes are X'd out, meaning that I'm not alive. Like, geez, is it real? I don't know. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's real. You know, um, okay, let me say this. If a child comes up to anybody, obviously a parent or brother, sister, and they are telling you about their experiences, we should never just dismiss them and be like, you're a crazy kid, get away. But in situations like this, you should look into it a little bit more. Try to investigate for yourself because not just because of the paranormal, but where are they getting these ideas? Time and time again, we see children, doing their children thing. And we have to be aware of what they're watching on television, on YouTube. What are they experiencing in school? Because sometimes, just sometimes, these things shouldn't be taken so lightly and just dismissed because it could possibly be even dangerous. So, this video has nothing paranormal at all to me. Scary that a little kid is drawing this stuff. Yeah, sure. But look into it because you never know what is influencing the child to draw these kind of pictures.
A woman recently shared a recording from her home security camera that left her shaken. In the clip, the woman is just about to finish cleaning her apartment. It's been a long day and she's looking forward to chilling out on the couch for an hour or two. But as she's vacuuming her living room carpet, something creepy takes place right in front of her. As she vacuums one side of the room, the opposite corner of the rug suddenly lifts up on its own, almost as if someone had grabbed and pulled it. But there's no one else in the room. She later comments that her friend was terrified after seeing the footage, not understanding what could have caused this. And viewers, well, they had their theories. But what do you think caused this? Comment below and let me know.
I mean, you see the wire to the vacuum, clear. The side of that carpet goes up. Okay. Can it be done with a string? Yes, it can. Man, this is actually a good one, but this leaves me with more questions. There was no information provided as far as is this a occurrence that happens, like, what type have the people living there experienced paranormal activity beforehand, or is this just the first instance? um if so, if if they have experienced paranormal activity, what, like, w- was it there when you moved in? Did it just start randomly? What has happened that potentially started paranormal activity within your household? Those are all very important questions to ask and to get answers for before we could determine if this was orchestrated or real paranormal activity. Because it wasn't the wire. The rug actually pushed the wire, but the rug was moved by, from a corner. What do you guys think? Yeah, I will be interested to know. But if I could get more information, that would be awesome.
This next scary clip was uploaded by Josh Billard a while back. Josh decided to use a Ouija board to try communicating with spirits, and according to him, he attracted something into his house, something that won't leave.
Hello?
As Josh walks through the darkness, a shadowy figure stands motionless in the background, but Josh doesn't seem to notice it. A few days later, it happens again, and this time, he comes face to face with it.
Okay. I keep hearing here. Is anybody else home besides me? There's definitely was coming from up here. I left that on, so that's okay. Again, I don't want to deal with this. I do not want to deal with this. Nope, not again. Not again, not again, not again, not again. Not again, not again, not again, not again.
Josh walks through the house and spots a dark figure in one of the rooms. He panics and repeats, "Not again," over and over. But when he checks the room again, the figure is gone. Many viewers began claiming that what Josh captured matches descriptions of the Hat Man. This paranormal entity has been reported for hundreds of years, sometimes described as a shapeless mass of darkness. Josh now believes that using the Ouija board opened a door, and now something has permanently attached itself to his home. But what do you think? Is this the Hat Man or something else?
So that piece of information was very important. I think you should have started off with that, my junkie. That he used a Ouija board and it started paranormal activity within his house. Now, the first time I could see that he dismissed it, he didn't notice it, whatnot. Okay, the first video was better. It should have ended there because the second video, it didn't help whatsoever. We all know that people react differently to certain situations, but this felt pretty acted out. And also, you know, the second video left me thinking, did he see it? Because it seemed like he saw it. Because now both videos, if you put it side by side, they pretty much, like, the figure is smack in the middle of the camera. It didn't seem like he turned and was trying to view everything. No, he turned right on the figure. And then not again, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again. It just doesn't seem authentic. So that being said, that's my opinion. What is yours?
Back in 2023, a woman and her husband started noticing very strange things happening inside their home. The events only began after they lost two family members. One afternoon, they noticed something was happening on their bed and they immediately started recording. Piece of paper sitting on the bed starts moving in an unusual way, as if something invisible is interacting with it. Then a plastic bottle suddenly spins on its own. Some might say it's the wind, or maybe even a fishing line, but There were no fans on in the room, and the movement seemed far too controlled to be done with simple strings. But that wasn't the only time something happened. The woman was filming near her TV when new activity started occurring, and this time she got even closer. This time, it's not just the paper moving, something appears to be moving underneath the bed cover. A few nights later, they captured something even more unsettling.
That's never done that.
The door suddenly swings open on its own with no one near it. The man approaches, trying to find a logical explanation, but as he examines it, there doesn't seem to be one. The couple now believes they could be being haunted by the family members who passed away, but I want to know what you think. Is this just the wind, or did they capture something paranormal?
To me, it seemed like they were, like almost paranormal investigators, right? Like they were trying to figure out the activity that was happening in front of them. Now, I have to admit, I definitely don't see the bottle being manipulated if there was a fan on like that. It was an empty bottle and it would have just basically rolled out of bed. Same thing with the pieces of paper. Now, my thing is that that was all a setup. So, I'm not quite sure the story is matching what we're watching. That is where it's throwing me off because honestly, it just seemed like they're investigators. Like the the story would have matched better if they were investigators. Granted, one of the investigators wasn't wearing any shoes at the time, so it's just a little bit. I don't know. Something is throwing me off, and I cannot quite put my finger on it. Now, what I can say is that the the bump that's moving under the covers, I would have wished they would have yanked the covers to see what it is. To see what it is. That would have made this video that much more plausible. Like to I would have accepted more. Now, I've asked this a couple of times before because it's quite interesting to see, imprints or things moving under the covers on a bed. How would you be able to manipulate that? One would think that, with some strings, you could just pull it off camera and then you'll see it moving. But at the same time, the ball, whatever was moving under the covers, was going towards one direction, kind of moved and went up. Was this a remote control car that we was watching under the covers? I mean, I'm just saying. That was a joke, but I'm just saying it's a little bit interesting. How can that be done?
This next scary video was uploaded after a young woman noticed something that scared her in her neighbour's front yard. It's late at night, and the woman has just woken up from a nightmare. Feeling shaken, she goes to the kitchen for a glass of water to calm herself down. That's when she suddenly spots something through the window. Confused and unsettled, she quickly grabs her phone and starts recording. This is what she saw. dark, shadowy figure stands motionless near the porch of the house next door. It's tall, completely still, and doesn't look like any person she's ever seen. Even her neighbor comes outside to investigate, clearly noticing the same thing she does, but neither of them can figure out what it is.
Okay guys, my neighbors aren't home, but as you can see, there's no Halloween decoration. So, it wasn't that.
The next day, the woman returns to the spot and films again, hoping to find some kind of explanation for what she witnessed the night before, but there's nothing there, no reason for what both she and her neighbor saw. To this day, she can't explain it, and after uploading it to the internet, some viewers commented that it could have been a Halloween decoration, but the woman insists her neighbors never decorate for the holidays. So, what do you think this is?
I mean, the only thing I'm trying to wrap my head around is that the video with the figure, it didn't seem like there was a house next door. It seemed like it was like, like a backyard or something. I was kind of hoping they would re-show the shadow again, but that's what it seems like. Is it doesn't seem like they have that neighbor close enough on the shadow part of the video. But we cannot, it does seem like it's the same porch, right? The chairs and everything, it seemed like it's the same porch. That's interesting. And the figure did shift a little bit, so which made it more so that much more real for me, honestly. So yeah. I'm starting to like that video because it wasn't just the one person recording. The neighbors saw it themselves and came out to investigate. I would think that if somebody is trespassing, the neighbor would have been a little bit more interactive, unless something about this figure was emitting danger and they didn't want to get too close. Maybe. But yeah. Last one, you guys. Mirror, mirror, what's up?
A man who works at a hotel in Canada says that for some time now, very strange things have been happening in his workplace. Guests and employees have reported seeing a terrifying figure wandering the hallways late at night, but he'd never seen it himself until one shift changed everything. Late one night, while working alone at the front desk, he experienced something that left him completely terrified. The man is filming the reception area, explaining that the TV isn't working because of a storm that knocked out the satellite. And then this happens.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here watching Scooby-Doo. It has been storming on and off all night. You can see there is nothing standing over here, right? But look. What the fuck? Like, this is me. Like, the satellite went out because of the storms, so it wasn't working on the TV anyways. And like, but there's nothing there. And like, I turned.
I would have loved to like this video in the beginning, but sometimes a video just goes too many seconds beyond, because this is, disappointing.
dark figure can be seen in the lobby behind him. He quickly turns around to look, but there's nothing there. He freezes, but the figure in the reflection starts moving closer. He decides he's had enough and runs out of there as fast as he can. The man, who goes by the username Dustin Lee Frazier, says he was completely alone in the hotel at that moment. It was just him and whatever that thing was in the reflection. So, what do you think he captured that night? Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary videos, check out one of these next. You're gonna love them. Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
So, yeah, that was completely orchestrated, good editing and all that jazz. But yeah, there's not much to say. Again, if somebody's trying to create a paranormal call on tape video for people to be like, this is real, think about how you're producing it, because that would have been an awesome take for like a movie or television, right? But as far as real paranormal content is concerned, nay, 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 nay. Anyway, with that being said, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, please do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.